The first part about making a basket is to set up the base. To start with, we have spokes that are damp. They're not sopping wet, they're damp. They've been soaked for just a couple of minutes. Then we're going to find the good side and the bad side of the material. In this case, if I fold this over a little bit, you should be able to see little hairs poke up. That's going to be the rough side of the basket, the rough side of the material. What we're going to do is put the two ends together and run your finger up like that and just put a light mark on the rough side. If you happen to get a piece and you can't tell the difference, just go ahead and mark one of the sides. It will be fine. Now I'm going to lay these out, and this particular pattern calls to have 9 vertical spokes and 5 horizontal spokes. So what I'm going to do is put them under my spoke weight, and I'm going to line them all up so that the mark is even across the board. I'm not putting them real close together. I'm putting them about a ½ an inch apart for right now. And I will adjust them to the correct measurement after I get the base woven. So I want 9 of these. Now this guy here's got a little bit of a bend to him. I'm just going to put him on the outer side. And then as we weave up the sides, that bend will work itself out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9. So I've got my middle spokes lined up. I'm going to take my horizontal spoke, I'm going to find the middle, and I'm just going to rub, and I know that this is the middle. I've got 4 spokes on this side and 4 on this side. So I'm going to aim to have the middle of my spoke right on this one here. So I'm going to go over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, and I'm going to pull it through till that middle guy lines up and it's right on top of it. So I'm going to take another spoke and weave the opposite. So it's going to go under, over, under, over. And I'm going to weave that one across until it also lines up with the middle spoke. I'm going to do one more. It's going to be the same as the first one, so over, under, so I'm just alternating overs and unders and lining things up. Don't need that anymore. I'm going to go over, under, under, over. And I like to work from the middle and do half of it this way and then go and do half of it the other way. That's just how I have gotten used to doing it, and it works well for me to keep things somewhat balanced and centered. So here's my last piece that's in. So what I'm going to do now is take my tape measure. I want this to be an 8 by 5 base. So I'm going to put my tape measure, half of 8 is 4. I'm going to put the 4 right in the middle. And I'm going to bring them in until this end is right at the edge of the tape measure. And then I'm going to do the same on this end till they all get to the 8. So there's my 8. And then I'm going to turn this around. Half of 5 is 2.5. So I'm going to put the 2.5 inch mark right in the center. And then I'm going to make sure that we are 5 inches. And then I'm going to just even everything out. I'm going to make sure that we have a big rectangle here and a little rectangle here. I want to make it so within this 8 by 5, I have decent little squares, or the same size rectangles, whatever it may be. So I'm just adjusting my size. That looks okay.